Facebook. Welcome to another Morning Mix Social. I'm Todd Chance from the Fox 17 Morning Mix. Sorry about the little delay in the background there because we're running into some audio issues. Is that too loud for you, Nate? Let me bring you Nate in here right away. You don't have headphones, do you, Nate?
For some reason I can't hear you right now. I know you're live. The speakerphone, your cell phone. I've got your phone right here, and I can't hear it. I can see you chuckling though.
I am here.
There it is. Yeah,
Okay.
You're just gonna have to talk a little closer to it. How you doing today?
I'm well. I am a big fan of the Mojito. I love the mint. I love the lime. It's a rum drink, isn't it? Is that right? It's a rum drink.
Beg your pardon?
It's a rum drink, isn't it? I mean, I love the lime. I love the mint, but this is a rum drink, right?
Yes, this is absolutely. So mojitos are, and I feel so bad because I really can't hear you that well.
That's okay. That's okay. I'm just gonna set you up and let you roll.
I love that, and yeah, because it's National Mojito Day is coming up. It's a couple days away, and it's going to happen over the weekend. So let's give our viewers and your viewers something to do during this this great weekend that we have coming up here. And mojitos are a fun drink. They originated in Cuba. Havana, Cuba is like the birthplace of the mojito. And what is so fun is there's a little history here. So it goes back to pretty much like native First Nation people days. It was a medicine drink. Fresh lime juice, rum or liquor, rudimentary liquor, and sugar, and they would add mint because it was so impalatable. You needed something strong to cover up the flavor. But when you think about it, fresh lime juice would definitely stave off scurvy, which was a huge issue. So what I thought I would do today, Todd, was to start with the most traditional mojito I could think of, then do like the easy one that any viewer can make at home. And then let's look at some fun ways to actually just, play around with the idea of the mojito. So if that's cool, let's do it. I'm going to start out. I actually have right here some granular sugar. They would have used sugar cane. So I'm literally using sugar, and I'm going to add some lime juice to this, and then you stir it up before you muddle your mint. So I have a juicer here, some fresh limes, and I'm going to go right through and do this, and I'm going to add about a lime and a half to this to do this traditional, the best I can tell you, and I haven't been to Havana, the best I can tell you mojito that I can do. And so again, it was raw sugar cane and then fresh lime juice, and they would stir this together to sort of dissolve that sugar in the bottom there. So you want to mix that up. And once you get that mixed up, then you add your mint. And so I have some fresh mint. And I had a moment when we were live a couple weeks ago. When we were on the morning mix, I mentioned that you smack your mint, which I thought was hilarious. It was a moment that I was like, do I really want to say this on live TV? But I don't know another way to do this, because what bartenders do is literally when you hit the mint on the back of your hand, it releases the essential oils. So the other way you can do this is to muddle the mints. So I am going to put these mint leaves, and the trick isn't to get the mint to break apart. I don't actually want to break the mint apart. I want to bruise the mint leaves, and that's also a way to release those essential oils. So again, I'm going to give this another little stir to pull that mint off from the bottom of the glass. And the most traditional way, if you're ever going to have a mojito, you get it at a resort somewhere, you're going to always do it with crushed ice. So I have my crushed ice here. And you were right, it's a rum drink. So in Michigan, I absolutely love to support local distilleries. And so Eastern Kill, right in downtown Grand Rapids, they make a silver rum. And so I'm going to add about 1.5 ounces of this silver rum. So that's one of these, and another, half. It's Friday, right? It's Friday. Yeah, it's Friday. So yeah, I'm going to add that and a little splash. So I've added my rum. I have my sugar. And then again, traditionally you would use soda water. So I have some club soda here. And you're going to want to give this a nice little stir. Again, you don't want to shake it up too much because of that soda water. And of course, you're going to want to do a nice lime garnish and mint. So the way bartenders cut limes, this is, and you are a bartender, you know this, but for viewers watching, I cut both ends off of my lime. So I just cut those two ends off, and so now it doesn't slide around because I don't want to hurt my fingers. I cut straight down the center of the lime. So now I have a half lime with both ends cut off, and I'm going to score it one more time. So I don't cut it all the way through. But as I do this and as I cut my slices, now I have these really pretty lime slices. And they're already scored. So this is the great trick to be safe. You don't have a lime rolling around. And you get that perfect little lime slice and a little mint sprig right here. And there is a traditional mojito. And I wish you were with me, Todd.
I wish I was with you. Yes, I wish I was there.
If you were with me, I could hear you better too. So but yeah, so here I go. This is fantastic. This is refreshing. It's citrusy. It is not overly sweet. Now that's a big key with a traditional mojito. Now, once you get into those resorts and stuff, maybe they add a little bit more of the other stuff that makes it a little sweeter. But this is a tart, refreshing cocktail with some mint, and it's very simple. Like I said, it has a long history. It goes literally back to medicinal times. And was around Havana, Cuba. So probably the most famous person that I could think of that made the mojito a mojito had to be Ernest Hemingway. He wrote about it a lot. And it was Bogota in Cuba. He would go to the Bogota, and he wrote about how much he loved his mojitos. And it was sort of around that time frame when he was doing this. Then you get into like the Rat Pack era, you know, all of those guys, you know, with that whole like Vegas crew, and they moved to Cuba down there to have their resort town, and so that really propelled the mojito into the popular drink that it is. So I'm going to take something that's a lot easier. So that was from scratch. That's quite an ordeal. I mean, there's muddling, there's all sorts of things. For your viewers at home, I highly recommend, as always, to go to a local independent liquor store. You know, I have a ton of great ones that I love to recommend right around West Michigan. You can also go to Meijer, and on your shopping list, again, you're going to need some silver rum. And I'm going to make a much quicker, easier version. So I'm going to basically add my mint and then simple syrup. So instead of that sugar, I'm just doing simple syrup. So I'm going to do about an ounce of the simple syrup. And not even quite an ounce. You don't want too much again. And then lime juice. So you can just do the old lime juice. And again, with that simple element there, we don't need to worry about the sugar. We don't need to do anything else. We still have the mint. But when I'm thinking about doing that type of thing, I love to think about maybe an easy take instead of just doing the simple sugar and simple syrup. So I'm going to dump that to the side. Rather than just doing that, you add your rum, you shake it, and then you top it off with club soda. What I think is cool is this stuff right here is from the Long Road. This is lavender simple syrup. And so when I'm thinking about mint leaves, I think about how mint and lavender would play together. So you could go to Meijer, you could get this basic simple syrup and do it that way. Or if you want to support a local distillery or something like that, I know the Long Road makes these. You can buy them right there. You can order them online. But look at some different types of simple syrup, because really, outside of that very complicated first version that I did, you really could just, simple syrup is simple. It's equal parts sugar and water. You put it on the stove and you reduce it down by half, and you stir it and dissolve the sugar. That's all you do. So you could maybe add like a tea bag in there, or you could add mint to that boil, and then you want to strain that out. But those are ways that you could actually do this and not have it. I couldn't believe it when I went to Meijer to buy this for this segment. This was $4, and I'm like, in my head, it was something within me made me cringe because it's just sugar and water. So if I'm going to spend $4 on simple syrup and I'm not going to actually get this stuff, go to the Long Road or go to your favorite local distillery. And there's a lot of fun to-go cocktail kits. I know Eastern Kill does it. New Holland has them. There's all sorts of things right here in West Michigan. Coppercraft has ready-to-drink cocktails. You know, there's just so many great places. So anyways, some fresh lime juice, because I'm not going to go back to the store-bought stuff. You know, I mean, who needs that, right? So we're done with that. I'm glad I didn't break a bottle. I should have practiced. There are a lot of bottles behind me. This is my basement kitchen, by the way. So, you know, it's not the first time I've broken a bottle or two down here. All right, so I've got my lime juice. I've got my lavender. I'm going to add, again, some Eastern Kill. And then there we go. You know, just a little. Give it a nice shake. And once we've got that shake going, again, what would also be a common glass to do it isn't necessarily this lowball glass, but rather a highball glass. And so I'm going to fill this up with ice. And again, you know, crushed ice just makes it more refreshing and fun, I think. So I'm going to top that off with, again, some mint and some club soda. And so instead of doing, you know, I have the classic, you know, Schweppes club soda. Instead, I found this I think I found this at D. Schuler's right on 44th Street. This is some Polar Seltzer. It's lime seltzer. So instead of maybe doing club soda, maybe find like a seltzer or something like that. It's going to give you the same effect. And I'm just giving it a nice little pour here and a little stir. And this is, again, something that your viewers can make at home. This is a lot easier than, you know, going through and sugar and everything. But lastly, Todd, if we're really going to do this, I'm going to go crazy. There are a couple of fun other elements. So I still think the rum should be a huge part of it. And like I said, Eastern Kill makes it right here in Grand Rapids. But also, I like vodka. I'm a vodka guy, right? So maybe let's think about adding a little vodka instead. So, you know, I did 1.5 ounces of rum. Let's do 1/2 ounce of vodka and 1 ounce of rum. So same amount of alcohol, but just a little different element. Avani Vodka, the folks at Long Road worked with all black-owned spirits company called Motu Viget. They're right here in Grand Rapids. And this vodka is just fantastic. It's actually produced at the Long Road, so people can buy it there. But they can buy it at like Martha's Vineyard or Rishi's. And it's a really pretty bottle. It's excellent vodka. It is a little different than the Long Road vodka. They did a little extra stuff to it. And so I'm going to add, instead of all of the all rum, I'm going to add just a splash of vodka instead. The other thing that you could do, and I'm just a huge fan of G4 tequila. Tequila can't be made in the United States. It has to come from Tequila, Mexico, to be called tequila. So there's not really a local company that I can recommend, but I really like this stuff. It's G4 Blanco. So you could do like a Blanco mojito. And I like the sound of that. Blanco mojito, right? So anyways, all right, I'm going to finish up here real quick. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. So vodka and rum. And instead of just doing mint, what if we had some fresh blueberries? So I've got some fresh blueberries, and I'm going to do a nice little strawberry as well. So instead of just going full mint, I'm going to go fresh fruit. And again, I'm just going to muddle this a little bit. I don't want to go too far with it because I just really want to release those oils. Adding my mint. So I still have my mint in there. So I'm still technically a mojito, but I've added some fresh fruit. I've added a little vodka. Oh, let's do that lavender simple syrup too. Why not, right? So just a dash of lavender simple syrup. And again, I'm going to give this a nice shake. And then I have another glass here. I've got a whole flight, man. You and Leanne should just come on over and sit on the deck because I've got 3 mojitos now. So hopefully, I'm sure neighbors are watching and they're going to be lining up outside my door here.
Yeah, you have to be the best neighbor, I tell you.
I am in the basement of my house, so you know, the neighbors know whenever I go live on the show or we're online like this. Or I actually do corporate cocktail classes. I don't know if I do actual. If you're a corporation and you're still hybrid and you got that work from home and you want to build that team and you want to do a virtual happy hour, I do a ton of these from my basement just like this. And of course, all the neighbors know. So they line up to get my extra mojitos because I can't drink this much, even though it is Friday. So I've shaken this up. I've added fresh fruit instead. So it's going to have a little bit of a prettier color, in my opinion. And again, I have this awesome polar seltzer that's lime seltzer. I have traditional club soda. Or, I mean, let's be creative. I already have lavender. I already have fruit. So I have some ginger beer here. And I'm just going to do some ginger beer instead. So again, this is definitely not what I would traditionally call a mojito, but it takes that spirit, that mint, that rum, and that simple sugar, but add some fresh fruit. Experiment. There's no wrong thing anymore. You and I talked about how I like these crazy martinis that had chocolate and stuff.
Yes.
So they're not quite the same. But
I don't know.
It's in that spirit. It's in a martini glass, Todd.
I don't know what you would call that drink. I mean, I know the base is a mojito, but we're gonna call that the Blury or something.
Well,
because
we should come up. Have your viewers, people who are watching live, come up with a name for this. Anyone who's watching us for National Mojito Day, instead of just a mojito, we added some blueberries and strawberries and a little ginger to it.
I got two options for you. It's either a natito or a blurrito. I'm not sure which one it's going to be, but a blurrito sounds good.
That sounds fantastic, Todd. Yeah. I love that.
hey, before I let you go, I know Original Tin Cup. I got the logo up there so people can see where you're from, but I want to show people this, and I'm going to take me off the screen and let you talk a little bit about Drink GR, the Facebook.
Please do. So this is seriously excellent. So all of what we just did, and in fact, this video, we will house this video on Drink GR. This is our Facebook page, and we also have a Facebook group. So the group is separate from the page. You actually have to ask to join the group. But if you do that, it's a private group. So you just have to answer the question, hey, I saw this on Fox 17's live today. When you join the group, you get a full discussion and a whole lot of conversation. But as far as Drink GR, the page is concerned, if you're looking for information about what's happening, what patios are open, who's got the best margarita, who's doing what, I heard about some restaurants that are doing creative things. Before the pandemic, I loved Bloody Mary bars. I know Leanne loves Bloody Marys. And I love that idea of like the Bloody Mary bar. Well, we don't have that anymore. But there are some cool restaurants that are looking at ways to do Bloody Mary bars that are socially distanced and sanitary and not, like the buffet line anymore. So all of that information you can find on our Drink GR page. Drink GR is all one word. And so it's just Drink GR. And you'll see the page and the group. So I'd encourage any of your viewers, like the page, because that way you can see, what's happening. But if you want to join the conversation, if you want to be a part of what it is that we do, if you want to sit down, we do live videos like this. My co-founder, Mark Curtis, and we sit down, we give away a whole lot of prizes. And we have three major things with Drink GR. It's to give back to the community, to celebrate, and to celebrate and then to support small businesses. And so the celebration piece is we give away things. We meet up once a month with monthly meetups. As far as the charity piece with give back to the community, we're doing a thing with the social zones that are created downtown with the Adopt a Social Zone program, where our group can sign up on shifts and we help walk through the social zones at the beginning and the end of the day, just to make sure that they're sort of picked up, or ask any of the restaurants if they need a hand, to make sure that the social zones are taken care of. And then lastly, it's about supporting what's happening here in West Michigan, whether that's a brewery, whether that's a distillery, a restaurant, a bar, your favorite local hole in the wall, or freaking a company picnic. Let's hear about them. And I'm going to crash it too. So there you go. But that's Drink GR. This is National Mojito Day is happening this weekend. So go out. I mean, even if you just buy the mix, for Pete's sake, celebrate this great holiday. I think the weather, it's sunny outside my window, so I don't know what the weather's going to look like in West Michigan today, but hopefully it's going to be just a great weekend. And even if we're indoors, at least we can celebrate with hopefully people that we love and having a great cocktail on the side. So I'm gonna try one of these here. So cheers.
Good job, Nate. As always, thanks so much for the time. Appreciate talking to you. Happy National Mojito Day.
Well, thanks again, my friend. Again, I can't really hear you that well, so okay. I'm sorry. I hope I talked well, but I will see you all later. Thanks again. Cheers, everyone. Drink better.
Oh, I love it. Nate, he's got the goods waiting for you. Drink GR is the Facebook group. Don't forget to check that out. And the original tin cup is the business if you want to learn more about all the great products around West Michigan. Thanks so much for watching. We'll do another Morning Mix Social soon. Have a great